bothered scarcely with what his was. The master wished for time on the old violin, but he held it up with his smile. What have I been, folks, he said. Who starts the bidding for me? $1. $1. Then two. Only two. $2. And who'll make it three? $3 once. $3 twice. And going for three. But no. From the room far back, a gray-haired man came forward and picked up the bowl. And wiping the dust from the violin, and tightening the bow, he played a melody, soft and sweet, as a caroling angel sings. The music stopped to be an auctioneer with a voice that was soft and low. So what have I bid for the violin as he held it up to the bowl? $1,000. Who'll make it two? 2,000. And who'll make it three? 3,000 once, 3,000 twice, and going for three, says he. The people laughed, and some of them said, we do not quite understand. What changed the words? Swift came the reply, for the touch of a master's hand. And many a man whose life's out of tune and battered and scarred with sin is auctioned cheap by the thoughtless crowd, much like the old violin. A mess of porridge, a game of cards, a drink, and he's going on. He's going once, he's going twice, he's going, and he's almost gone. But the master comes, and the thoughtless crowd never quite understand the worth of the soul and the change that is wrought by the touch of a master's hand. Ha ha ha. It was a balmy summer's evening, and the goodly crowd was there. But well nigh filled Joe's barroom on the corner of the square. And the songs and witty stories came through the open door. A vagabond crept slowly in and posed upon the floor. What does it want? Someone said. Where does it come from? Someone said. The wind has blown it in. What does it want? Another man cried. Some whiskey, rum, or gin. Here, Toby, seek him if your stomach feels the work. I wouldn't touch him with a fork. He's as filthy as a turd. This baddening the old wretch took with stoical good grace. In fact, he smiled as if he struck the proper place. Come, boys, I know there's kindly hearts among so good a crowd. To be in such good company and make a deacon proud. Give me a drink. That's what I want. I'm out of funds, you know. But when I had cash to treat the gang, this hand was never slow. What? You laugh as if you thought this pocket never held a sou. I once was fixed as well, my boys, as any one of you. Sing? No, I can't do that. My singing days are past. My voice is cracked. My throat's worn out. My lungs are going fast. But if you'll give me another drink of whiskey, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you a funny story. And the fact I'll promise you that ever I was a decent man. Not one of you would think, but I was some 4 or 5 years back. Come out, Joe. I want to put some life into this frame. Such little drinks to a bub like me are miserably tame. 5 finger, that's a scheme, and corking whiskey too. Boys, you've treated me pretty kindly, and I'd like to tell you how I came to be this dirty sock you see before you now. As I told you, I was a man with muscle, frame, and health, and but for a blunder, I ought to have considerable wealth. I was a painter, not one that daubs on brick and wood, but an artist, and for my day I was rated pretty good. I made a picture, perhaps you've seen. It's called The Chase of Fame. It brought me 1,500 pounds and added to my name. And then I met a woman, Now come the funny part, with eyes that petrify my brain and sunk into my heart. Boys, did you ever see a woman for whom your soldiers give, with a form like the Mala Divina, too beautiful to live, with eyes that had beat the corn or the wealth of chestnut hair? If so, 'twas she, for there never was a woman half so far. I was working on a portrait one afternoon in May of a fair-haired boy, a friend of mine, who lived across the way. And Madeline admired it, much to my surprise, said she'd like to know the man that had such dreamy eyes. It didn't take long to know him, and ere a month had flown, my friend had stole my darling, and I was left alone. And that's why I took to drink, boys. I never saw you smile. I thought you'd be amused and laughing all the while. Come, friend, there's a teardrop in your eye. Laugh like me, it's only babes and women who should cry. Boys, if you'll give me a drink, another whiskey, I'll be glad, and I'll draw right here the picture and the face that drove me mad. Give me that piece of chocolate which you mark the baseball score, and you shall see the lovely Madeline upon the barroom floor. Another drink, and with chalk in hand, the vagabond began to sketch a face that well might buy the soul of any man. Then, as he placed another lock upon the shapely head, with a fearful shriek, he leaped and fell across the picture dead. Ha ha ha. I do not ask you what you think of the established church, or the Presbyterians, or the Baptists, or the Roman Catholics. I do not ask you what you think of this minister or that, or this doctrine or that. But I want to ask you what you think of the living person of Christ. I should like to ask, was he really a son of God, the great God-man? Did he leave heaven and come down to this world for a purpose? Was it really to seek and to save? I should like to begin with the manger and follow him up through the 33 years that he was here upon the earth. I should like you to ask you what you think of his coming into this world and being born in a manger when it might have been a palace. Why he left the grandeur and the glory of heaven and the royal retinue of the angels. Why he passed the palace by palace and crowns and dominions and came down here alone. I should like to ask you what you think of him as a preacher. He spake as never man spake. I should like to take him up as a preacher. I should like to bring you to that mountainside that we might listen to the words as they fell from his gentle lips. Talk about the preachers of the present day. I would rather 1,000 times be 5 minutes at the feet of Christ and to listen aloud to all the wise men in the world. He used to hang truth upon everything. Yonder is a sower, a fox, a bird, and he just gathers the truth around them so that you cannot see a sower, a fox, or a bird without thinking what Jesus said. Yonder is the lily of the valley, and you cannot see it without thinking of his words. They toil not, neither do they spin. He makes little sparrows chirping in the air preach to us. How precious wonderful sermons are. How they live today. How we love to tell them to our children, and how the children love to hear them. Tell me the story about Jesus. How often we hear it, how the little ones love his sermons. No storybook in the world will ever interest them like the story that he told. And yet how profound he was. how he puzzled the wise men, how the scribes and the Pharisees could never fathom him. Oh, do not think he was a wonderful, or do you not think he was a wonderful preacher? If you want to find out about a man nowadays, you inquire about him from those who know him. I do not wish to be partial. We will go on to all his enemies and to his friends. We will ask them, what think ye of Christ? We will ask his friends and his enemies. First among the witnesses, let us call upon the Pharisees. We know how they hated him. Let us put a few questions to them. Come, Pharisee, tell us what you have against the Son of God. What do you think of Christ? Hear what they say. This man receives sinners. What an argument to bring against him. For it is the very thing that makes us love him. It is the glory of the gospel. He receives sinners. If he had not, what would have become of us? Have you nothing more to bring against him than this? Why, it is one of the greatest compliments that was ever paid him. Once more, when he was hanging on a tree, you had this to say about him. He saved others, but he could not save himself and save us. So he laid down his life for yours and mine. Yes, Pharisee, you have told the truth. For once in your lives, he saved others, and he died for others. He was a ransom for many, so it is quite true. What do you think of him? He saved others. Himself, he cannot save. Now let us call upon Caiaphas. Let him stand up here in his flowing robe, and let us talk. Ask him for his evidence. Caiaphas, you were chief priest when the Christ was tried. You were present of the Sanhedrin. You were in the council chamber when they found him guilty. You yourself condemned him. Tell us what did the witness say. On what grounds did you judge him? What testimony was brought against him? He has spoken blasphemy, says Caiaphas. He said, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. When I heard that, I found him guilty of blasphemy. I rent my mantle and condemned him to death. Yes, all that they had against him was that he was the Son of God, and they slew him for the promise of his coming to the bride. Now let us summon Pilate. Let him enter in the witness box. Pilate, this man was brought before you to be examined. You ask him face to face, what think ye of Christ? I find no fault in him, said Pilate. He said, as he was the King of the Jews, just as he wrote over the cross. But I find no fault in him. Such is the testimony of the man who examined him. And as he stands here, the center of the Jewish mob, there comes along a man elbowing his way in the hay. He rushes up to Pilate and thrusting out his hand, gives him a message. He tears it open. His face turns pale and he reads, have thou nothing to do with this just man, for I have suffered many things this day in a dream about because of him. It is from Pilate's wife, her testimony to Christ. You want to know what his enemies thought of him? You want to know what a heathen thought? Well, here it is. No fault in him. And the wife of a heathen, this just man. And now look, in comes Judas. He ought to make a good witness. Let us address him. Come, tell us, Judas, what think ye of Christ? You knew the master well. You sold him for 30 pieces of silver. You betrayed him with a kiss. You saw him perform these miracles, and you were with him in Jerusalem, in Bethany, when he summoned up Lazarus. You were there. What do you think of him? I can see him as he comes into the presence of the chief priest. I can hear the money ring on it as he dashes it upon the table with, I have betrayed an innocent man. Here is the man who betrayed him, and this is what he thinks of him. Yes, those who were guilty of his death put their testimony on record that he was an innocent man. Let us take the centurion who was present at the execution. He had charge of the Roman soldiers. He had told them to make him carry his own cross. He had given orders for the nails to be driven in his feet and in his hands, for the spirit of his thrust in his side. So let the centurion speak. Come forward. Centurion, you had charge of the execution. You saw that the order of speak upon the cross. Tell us, what do you think of Christ? Hark, look at him. He is smiling upon the best as his Christ. Truly, this was the Son of God. I might go on the thief upon the cross, and that's what he thought of him. At first he railed upon him and reviled him, but then he thought better of it. This man hath done nothing amiss, he said. I might go further. I might summon the very devils themselves and ask them for their testimony. Have they anything to say of man? Or the very devils call him the Son of God. In Mark we have the unclean spirit crying, Jesus, thou Son of the Most High God. Men say, oh, I believe Christ to be the Son of God, all right, and because I believe it intellectually, I shall be saved. I tell you, the devils did that very thing, and they did more than that. They trembled. Let us bring in his friend. We want you to hear their evidence. Let us call that Prince of the Preachers. Let us hear the forerunner. None ever preached like this man. This man who threw all Jerusalem and all Judea into the wilderness to hear him. This man who burst upon the nations like the flash of a meteor. Let John the Baptist come with his leathern girdle and his hairy coat, and let him tell us what he thinks of Christ. His words, though they were echoed in the wilderness of Palestine, are written in the book of forever. Behold the Lamb of God, which taketh away the sin of the world. This is what John the Baptist thought of him. I bear record that he is the Son of God. No wonder he drew all Jerusalem and Judea to him, because he preached Christ. And whenever men preach Christ, they are sure to have plenty of followers. But I shall go still further. I shall go away from the earth into the other world. I shall summon the angels and seek them, ask them what they think of Christ. They saw him in the bosom of the Father before the world was, before the dawn of creation, before the morning stars sang together, he was there. They saw him leave the throne and come down to the manger. What a scene for them to witness. Ask these heavenly beings what they thought of him. For once they are permitted to speak, and for once the silence of heaven is broken. Listen to their song in the plains of Bethlehem. Behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. He leaves the throne to save the world. It is a wonder the angels thought well of him. Then there are the redeemed saints, they that see him face to face. Here on earth he was never known. No one seemed really to be acquainted with him. But he was known in the world where he had been from the foundation. What do they him there. If we could hear from the heaven, we should hear a shout, which would glorify and magnify his name. We are told that when John was in the Spirit on the Lord's day and being caught up, he heard a shout around him, 10,000, 10,000, and thousands and thousands of voices. Worthy is the Lamb that was slain, to receive the riches and wisdom and strength and glory and honor and blessing. Yes, he is worthy of this. Heaven cannot speak too well of him. Oh, that earth would take up the echo and join with the heaven in singing, worthy to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. But there still is another witness, the higher still. Some think that God of the testimony is Christ of the New. But when Jesus came out of Jordan, baptized by John, there came a voice from heaven. God the Father spoke. It was his testimony of Christ. This is my beloved Son, and I am well pleased. Oh yes, God the Father thinks well of the Son. And if God is well pleased with him, so ought we. If the sinner and God are well pleased with Christ, then the sinner and God can meet. The moment you say, as the Father said, I am well pleased with him, and accept him, you are wedded to God. Will you not believe the testimony? Will you not believe the witnesses? Last of all, the Lord of hosts, the King of kings himself, once more he repeats it, so that all may know it. When Peter, James, and John on the Mount of Transfiguration, he cries again, this is my beloved Son, hear him. And that voice went echoing and re-echoing to the Palestine, through all the earth, from sea to sea. Yes, that voice is echoing still. Hear him. Hear him. My friend, will you hear him today? Hark what he is saying to you. Come unto me, ye that labor, and are heavily laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and shall find rest unto your soul. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Will you not think well of such a Savior? Will you not believe in him? Will you not trust him with all your heart and mind? Will you not live for him? If he laid down his life for us, is it not the least that we should lay down ours for him? If he bore the cross and died on it for me, ought not I to be willing to take it up for him again? Oh, have we not reason to think of him? Do you not think it is right and noble to lift up your voice against such a Savior? Do you think it is just to cry, crucify him, crucify him? Oh, may God help all of us to glorify the Father by thinking well of his begotten Son.